Welcome back, everybody. Back out here with Dave Fleming, and we're going to get some more stuff planted into the Daybreak Garden.
Yes, today I brought some head lettuce. Once again, it's a cool season crop. It will mature in 60 to 90 days, and we were talking previously, need to just make sure weekly you check for moisture and supplement some watering, even though it's been cool and rainy. As soon as it starts getting consistently in the 70s and 80s, the soil starts to dry out very quickly because everything is growing and using that moisture. So you can see a lot of people start their lettuce from seed, but I have a plant that's already started. And once this matures, you'll see that, just like in the grocery store, you'll get a ball, like a little soft ball of lettuce there. So I'm going to plant it in between the daffodil and the tulip here. You might not see it very well, but you got to remember, in about 30 to 45 days, we're going to remove that foliage and we're going to have space. So this will already be growing in there, and we'll take use of the extra space that we have after the bulbs are cut back.
Okay, so now that we're going to plant it, how deep should the hole be?
Sure. Well, you can see here, this is a little pot here. It's about 2 inches. Rule of thumb on about anything that's coming out of a container, at least 25% bigger than we'll say the root ball of the plant. So we've already prepped this fairly well, and doesn't take very much. It might be hard to see here because of the bulb foliage, but so the main thing is on that, when you dig your hole and backfill it, compress the soil around it real tight.
Okay.
So there's no air pockets, and it will start to grow accordingly.
Okay, and then we have another lettuce plant.
Yeah, over on the side over here. Maybe we can
show that one.
Show that one here. What it takes here. And you can see we've prepped. I didn't take much effort. We've already spaded and loosened the soil here. And that's really the big thing, is that your soil isn't compacted. And ours is loose with a lot of, we added organic fertilizer and organic soil mix. We'll leave the tag in here. And I recommend that for anything that you plant, unless you want to write it down in a diary and do a little sketch so you don't forget what you did.
Okay, sounds good. And then you also brought in another plant to share with us today, basically what's growing in the garden right now.
Yeah, this is a nice perennial. It's a salvia. I really like these guys that come up with the name. They call this one Back to the Fuchsia. So anyways, this salvia here is a fuchsia color flower. Does very well in sunny locations. It'll tolerate dry conditions, and as usual, I always like to bring things that are deer resistant.
Okay.
So, and then the other part of this is you can see the flowers in here getting ready to bloom. When they're all done, if you just grab them like this, and cut them back, doesn't matter where, this plant will rebloom. So when these are all, the flowers are spent and dried up, just cut them all off, and you'll get another.
And then they'll come back out in the spring again.
No, not spring. I'm talking this year again.
Oh, this year again?
Yeah,
okay.
Sometime this summer. Yeah, so this is a rebloomer, which makes it really nice.
Interesting.
So, anyways, this is a salvia, and just get it in a sunny location and water accordingly.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you for sharing all of these tips today. I know a lot of people looking forward to get back out in the garden since we have some nicer, warmer weather on the way. Any last tips you want to share with anybody?
Well, don't get overly zealous here. Our rule of thumb on planting warm season annuals, perennials, vegetable plants is generally any time after Mother's Day. And what's that? Usually around May 10th.
Yeah, it's getting closer.
And it seems like every year we get, right around that period, we may get a little cold snap. So keep that in mind. On vegetables like that, or any very real tender annuals, if you already got them in the ground and there's a threat of down in the 30s, you definitely want to either bring them inside or cover them.
Okay.
Because those, you could very easily lose the plant.
Okay.
Whereas like a perennial or a shrub, if you plant those, The only thing you'd be protecting is maybe some tender foliage or flower bloom, but they would survive just fine. But it's the annuals and warm season vegetables that you'd need to cover if we got a really cold spell.
Okay, well, thank you for those tips, Dave. We can't wait to see you back here again in 2 weeks. Hopefully we've got some lettuce growing a little bit.
Lettuce, cabbage, and broccoli.
Fantastic. Well, thank you for coming in. And of course, you can check out the first part also over on our YouTube channel and WTAP.com.